young and fine and dark and handsome. The boy from South Detroit came bossing and I can't keep my panties from dropping. It's so sad.
Hi guys, I'm finally going to be doing my in-depth makeup routine. I've filmed this before, but I really did not like how it turned out. So I'm going to do my makeup for like how I would kind of do it like for school or just like every day. But this isn't really like my going out makeup. There's just like a couple of different steps, but I'll let you guys know along the way. Okay, so I washed my face, but I kept my mascara on because I was out today, so I already had some makeup on. Now I'm going to do my skin prep, and I usually like put my headband back so it doesn't get in my hair. Okay, first I use the Magic Molecule spray, and then I use a little bit of the Rhode spray. So don't look at my skin, I literally just picked it. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Rhode Glazing Milk. And my skin's feeling super dry right now because I just did an exfoliation, so I'm going to do the Snail Mucin. Guys, please don't look at my nails. I just ripped them all off because I literally had like 4 left. Bro, mine lasted a month though. Yeah, I'm using the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid. Usually for like skin prep, I would use the Caudalie serum. This is the Vino Perfect one, but I just ran out, so I need to get a new one. And then of course, I'm going to use the Rhode Barrier Butter. With that, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I use the niacinamide one. And I actually like really like it. I don't know why, I feel like it's like clearing up my skin. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Gloss Filter in the shade 4.5 Medium. And I'm literally just doing like a tiny bit just so that I can make my complexion like fair, like even on every side. And then I just use the brush from Tarte. I think this is the foundation brush, and I literally just like, I don't know, just move it around. And then for like going out or a party, usually I would do a little more of that first, and then I'd add a couple pumps of the Giorgio Armani foundation and then the Too Faced foundation. I would use this, but it's just so much. I would only use this, but it's not the right shade, so I just mix them together. But I really love this for full coverage, like especially for like comp makeup when I'm dancing. Okay, and then now is usually when I would curl my eyelashes and add 1 coat of the e.l.f. Roller Lash Mascara. I usually just do like a little bit, let them shape and dry. And then I'll show you what I do later. Okay, now for concealer, I always mix something with this. I always mix a little bit of a lighter shade with the Too Faced concealer. This is my holy grail. I genuinely, like, if I could use one product, it would be this one. I use the shade Cream Puff. And now I've been mixing it with the Westman Atelier concealer in the shade Atelier L3. Most of the time I use my NARS concealer in the shade Vanilla, mix it together, but I ran out. This is also a more like creamy consistency than the NARS, and I kind of just put like a little bit wherever I have some like acne or like redness, and then I always put a little bit right here. And then with the Too Faced concealer, this is probably like the most important part. I just go like that. That was way too much. I just go like that usually, and then put a tiny bit of like where I went over, just like a little bit if I want more coverage, like literally just a little bit. This thing goes a long way. I also put a little bit too much under my eyes, but it's fine. Okay, my blending technique is very specific. I got this brush off Shein and I need to get rid of it. It's disgusting. But first I usually just like blend in my acne. And then I'll go in and make these just like lines and bring them down a little bit so it looks kind of crazy right now. And then my forehead, I used to do like this part, but trust me, like only do like this like little crown in between or like a little up. Like I usually do like this shape and down because it just gets so cakey in the top and looks really bad. Sometimes if I have a little bit of redness, like I'll just like go in again with that, but just a tiny bit. Okay, and then for my eyes, this is very important. So I kind of just like drag them to mix them together, and then I bring this one out and down. I go back, bring this out, I go back in, and then I bring this out again. And then sometimes I'll bring it down a little bit. This is way too much concealer. I added too much, but, and then like if I want more here, just like touch it up. Okay, first I use this textured-ish like beauty blender. I think it's from Target. And I usually do my chin first, and I go in and just blend this in around to this side. My forehead, just literally tapping it in, not dragging or anything, or else all the product's gonna come off. And then for my eyes, I just go tapping in like of the direction that I put my concealer in. So like here first, and then out, up, and then down a little bit, just like squeezing it in. Same thing on this side. And then that's just like a rough blend, and I use a different beauty blender. This one's softer. I don't know where it's from. And then I just tap this one in. I feel like it just makes it look less cakey. It blends in a lot nicer. Okay, now I'm gonna mix these two Rare Beauty contours. I have one in the shade Happy Soul and one in the shade Good Energy. This one's, I think Happy Soul is a lot more orange, and then this one's more darker tones. So I just like to mix both so I'm not like super orange or like super dark. I just put lines here, and then two on my forehead, and then one on my nose. And same thing, I just add like a little bit above it, or like on it, like that, and then a tiny bit on my nose. Okay, now I'm going to take this brush. I got like this pack of brushes on Amazon. I can link it in my link tree. It says MANNGE, but I just used the back of this one, and I literally just blend it in. Like, I'm not like moving it, but basically I want my contour like here, like not below where we put the concealer line. So I make sure to make this very defined, and then bring it in a little bit, and then sometimes I'll just bring it up a little bit. Okay, and then for my forehead, I literally just like swipe it around and tap it in. It looks a little bit crazy right now. And then I just take my finger and do that and mix it with the back of the brush. Then I usually use this Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick in the shade Rosy Glow. But right now I've been really liking this e.l.f. liquid blush. It's a lot more pigmented, and it's in the shade Pinky Promise, but I'm gonna try to mix them today because I really like this one still. This is where I'm placing it, like up above on the cheek and then a little bit on my nose. Just use this flat brush and blend the two blushes in, and I usually place it like here, not lower than this, never lower than this. Okay, I usually try to like, sometimes I'll just take my fan and like let this base sit, and then I use the Makeup by Mario setting spray. It's called like Surreal Skin Soft Setting Spray, and then I just take a couple spritz and let that dry, because this really gets my base to stick on my face, like trust me. Okay, this is my holy grail, even though I don't support Huda Beauty. Oh shit, my camera's gonna die. But I love the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Sugar Cookie. I just like take it down, and then I use a powder puff, and I usually put a lot on. This is very important. I'm gonna put it down on my nose, literally just where we put the concealer. Tap it in, and then that's usually it on there, so I take more. I'm going to go out just a little bit and then tap it in. And then I'll take a tiny bit more and put more like here in this like little area, because I just feel like it looks better like brightened. And I take some of it and I just drag it where I put the concealer on this side. I'm going to take a little bit and put it in this little triangle. Okay, and then while that's setting, I'm going to take my bronzer. I use the Hoola bronzer in the shade, I think it's just like the original. And then I take this brush, I don't know where it's from, and I've hit pan, and I tap a lot in, and I just go like where I put my contour. Guys, my camera died, but I'm back. I just like redid my lashes a little bit. Sometimes I'll mix it in like to my cheeks a little bit. It just makes it look like more summery, I feel like, because it blends in with my freckles. I've had my powder on for a while, so I'm just gonna like swipe it all off. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my two holy grails. I've never switched up on these. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Like, this is the blush, then this is the highlight. I mix them together. I just use a couple dots here and here, and I'm gonna mix it with the highlight here and here, and then a little bit like there. I mix them, and I'm blending in the same way that I blended in my cream blush. I'm obsessed with shine on my cheek, if you cannot tell. Okay, that turned out really good, but I still want more shine. Usually, here, what I'm gonna do, I use the Cookie highlighter. I have definitely Hit Pan. I use this Morphe brush, and I do it right here, and then on the sides of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and I'm never doing it in this spot. I always want to leave that to make it look like I have a button nose. I do a tiny bit. I'm going up, down, and then I'm just tapping that in with my finger. I'm going to use a little bit on my cheek where this like little like crease is. Sometimes I'll put it right here or right here, and then I usually do like this. And then since that looks pretty insane, I'm just going in with my blush brush and just tapping everything in. And then if I want it to be a little more like liquidy, which I think I'm fine now, I use this like MAC product. I don't know, it used to be my mom's. I don't think they sell it anymore. It's called the Molten Metal Highlighter Illuminizer. I use the Westman Atelier. This is like a liquid super loaded, I don't know, shake well. It's just like, I don't know. Here, it's like this. Sometimes I'll actually mix it. Let me do that tonight. So I have a little bit of that because this is like pink. A little bit of this. Gold. Around. And I'm going to tap in a little bit. Right there. Okay, I don't feel like I have to do any powder blush today because I feel like off camera it's very like blushy. I might add a little bit actually. I just used the Too Faced blush in the shade Candy Clouds. It smells amazing. Or it smells like the top of like a baby's head. Like the top of like a doll's head. Like when you used to have those baby dolls when you were younger. Would anyone like smell the top of their head too? Is that just me? It's like really weird. Wait, I forgot to do my lip stain. I usually do that while I'm waiting for my powder to dry and like during my like eyelash renewal. Oh yeah, basically what I do, since I like curled my lashes and did the e.l.f. roller lash first in like the beginning, I go back in while my powder's setting and I curl them again. That way they're like dry so I can curl them again. And then I use a tube of dry telescopic to shape them, and then I use a tube of regular telescopic. And guys, can you see? I just love how they look. I'm not even gonna talk, I'm just gonna show you how I do it. Okay, I overline my lip stain a little bit on the top of my Cupid's bow. This is where I place it. It's a tiny bit messy. Sometimes I'll go in with a Q-tip. And while that's drying, I'm just gonna do my finishing touches. I take this Fit Me pressed powder in the shade Porcelain. And I'm gonna use my powder puff again. Go in like in this like little corner that I said earlier. And like down on my nose. And literally just blend that in. Sometimes I'll do a little here. I'm gonna touch this up. Okay, I usually just like put water on a cotton pad and wipe this off. Okay, for lips, I use this one from Shein. I will link it. Don't know what it's called. I'll try to link it. I don't know if I have it. But I really just like go over the stain a little bit. I like my lip liners to be a little more on like the grayish side or like purpley. I like this one from MPH. It's just like more nude. So I'm gonna use that on like the inside. I always like a lot. I usually do like this Charlotte Tilbury brown lip liner. Sorry, my camera's like running out of battery, so I have to speed this. And I'm going over it in a very thin line outline. And then to blend it in, I just do it with my finger, and my camera's gonna fucking die. Holy shit. Hi guys, I'm finishing the rest on my phone just because I'm literally like so lazy because my camera keeps dying. But now I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mara setting spray again. This is the final lip combo. I love how the brown turned out. Then this isn't super necessary. It smells so good. This is the NYX marshmallow one. And then this is very necessary. The One Size setting spray. Everyone says it's like hairspray. It is. I've gone through maybe like 10 bottles. And now this is gonna last literally all night. I sleep with my makeup sometimes. It literally stays on. Like, guys, let me put you on. Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a Linktree soon. I promise. I've just been very lazy about it. But this is the final makeup. The phone camera does me zero justice. I promise it looks better in person. Anyone could tell you, but yeah, I hope you guys like my video. Bye.